I like that they're trying out the Draconis. Lactose has a lot of success running the Draconis, so it is very strong. They're going to pick up the Calamity as well. So it looks like we're going to see a support Bomb and a support Magnus. I don't think we'll see the support Valk. I would much rather see them run the Valk in more of a farming style. So they are going to run a Tricor, which it is pretty greedy, but at the same time, all these heroes are pretty good with minimal farm, to say the least. They can fight very early on, so it is a very active lineup so far from Lactose. But we also do see a pretty active lineup built around Pim's side. They finish it off with a Moa, so they go with an early game carry that does scale pretty well as well. All right, I'm gonna be right back really quick. Try not to be too long so we don't miss too much. But be right back.
Let's get it on.
Okay, we didn't miss too much. So, what do we got here? We got a Valkyrie Magnus Bombardier Trilane. Alright. Then they're running the Parallax solo in the short lane. It looks like they are running a jungling Draconis. And the Behemoth is roaming, like an off-lane roaming Behemoth. And they do have a Succubus Master of Arms short lane. So, the Behemoth is probably going to come up here, help them out against the Tri-Lane. They will just let Parallax free farm against nobody. In exchange, they'll have their Draconis free farming the jungle. So those two things will kind of, excuse me, those two things will kind of equal each other out. And then we have Calamity versus Bubbles in the mid lane. I think this is a matchup that Calamity should do pretty well in. But Bubbles is doing pretty well early on. Top lane, we do see the first kill coming out onto the Master of Arms. They're going to get a counter kill on the Magnus, but that's a really good trade for Legion. They get the Bloodlust on their Valkyrie as well onto the farming Moa, so is exactly what they wanted. If they had mana up on the Succubus, that could have been a kill onto the Bombardier there. So who's playing what? So Tsunuki, whoop on that, and okay. Then we have, yep, okay. So far, Parallax, he's got complete free farm down here, so he's 380 GPM without any kills. Why the heck did I move my camera away? Succubus dies to Valk and Magnus. Okay, lock him down with stun and arrow. Bubbles might be dead here. Oh my god, he's toying with fire here. The dragons are going to do a lot of damage. He's actually kind of running back in. He has a double damage up. So he's trying to bait this out. Here comes Draconis. Will he die to the Calamity? Oh my god. Calamity is going to get him. 1 versus 3. Oh my god, he actually got the bubbles as well. Calamity doing some work. Succubus in the top lane takes a lot of damage. He has a heartache. He's not going to use it just yet. He's going to use it as Valk leaps in. Here comes the call of the Valkyrie. Succubus is going to survive with under 10 life, and Bomb is now in the tower. Puts the Sticky Bomb on Moa, but he will die. So they lose both the Magnus and the Bombardier. Valkyrie does not have a lot of fighting power anymore. She has an arrow ready to go. Meanwhile, Succubus dies to the neutrals. He buys out some TPs. Spends his money. I don't know if he has port up actually. It looks like it's on cooldown. Might have to walk back. Draconis, he's now in the bot lane. He didn't have the greatest start. He's only sitting at 260. He's going to try to fight off this Parallax so they don't give up any free tower kills down here. So he's now going to start to contest bottom lane. The audio clips are turned off during scrims, guys, so don't waste your points. It's too distracting for the scrim. Or for the cast, I should say. So anyway, Calamity and Parallax both leading the top of the GPM charts. So despite dying once, Calamity did pick up that double tap, so she is in a really good spot. She's also got 24 last hits. That's got to be close to perfect. Bubbles, he's not doing as good. So much pressure coming out from the dragons as well as the firebomb. Did remember the name correctly. Bottom lane, Parallax, he's going to go in under Draconis with the Earth Shatter. And Draconis, oh, he's maxing the E. I don't like that. He's got to max the Dragon Flame. Much stronger. Early on, you only get a little bit of extra damage from the fire early until your attack damage starts to build up. So, Legion coming out of the early laning phase a little bit ahead. The Valkyrie, honestly, I feel like the Valkyrie should be doing a little bit better. The Moa with the double tap did pick up a little extra GPM. But only 14 last hits on a tri-lane is really not good. So Moa is definitely doing better in terms of creep farm on this tri-lane. And I think Valk should be spending... Yeah, okay, there we go. Spends his money, picks up the Ghost March. That should help him now, but honestly, he should have much more than this. It should be like near 20s, near the 20s in last hits. Especially since he has no deaths. So Behemoth is down here, but again, it's not going to be a whole lot they can do. They lack the damage on the Draconis, only having wood in the Dragon Flame. It's going to port up to the top lane. Behemoth just gets soloed down by the Parallax. That's the problem with whoever comes down here. They're just going to die. But we have action top lane. Sticky Bomb onto the Moa. He's not level 60. Doesn't have the shield. Do they have the damage, though? He eats an apple. Has his other apple on cooldown. They're going to get the kill on the Magnus. Draconis gets locked on by the Sunder as well from Calamity. They get the Draconis kill. Calamity now goes a little bit too aggressive there. He ends up falling. I do think that skin is bugged, by the way. I think that thing lingers too long. Succubus, he's gonna get a lane ward down. I don't know if that was spotted or not by the creeps. It looks like it was not. Regen rune onto Valkyrie. That might have even been the Ion Stone regen. The Behemoth is trying to get experience, but he is not going to be getting a lot. Bubbles is going to be forced to use a Shell Surf, and he will make the escape, but man, Calamity is having his way so far. Draconis picks up the Astrolabe. He is level 8. He's getting the levels pretty decently, but the GPM is not where he wants to be right now. Under 300 GPM. With, I think he has 2 deaths? Oh, he has 3 deaths. Okay, so that's not a good start for him, unfortunately. So Parallax is having a good time down here. Looks like he's going for a Gnome's Wisdom. Maybe not, but that's what it's looking like he's going for. Bombardier gonna run into Draconis here. I don't know if either one could kill the other. Sticky Bomb is out onto Draconis. Here comes a Prism from Valkyrie. I don't know if they spotted that out or not, but we do have Valk and Magnus making their way over. They want the Draconis. He's gonna throw the arrow in close proximity. Call a Valkyrie. They take him out. Here comes a nice Kelfield though. Calamity is here as well. Here comes the Sunder's Vault. It's gonna connect onto several heroes. Stun in from Magnus onto Behemoth. Calamity is doing so much damage here. Succubus is gonna fall as well as the Behemoth. It's a double tap for Calamity, and it ends up being a 4 for 1. They only lose the roaming Magnus, or the support Magnus, for 4 kills, so big team fight coming out for Lactose. Bot lane, Moa is going to die. Parallax is out of control right now. He has the gnomes and the mana boots and already 1400 gold. He might even look to go into an early icon with this amazing start that he's having, and look to just completely take over the game. He's even got 25 charges now on his dark mana. He's gonna go in here onto the Draconis with the help of Calamity. It is a very fast and easy kill. He cannot even get his Astrolabe off. So they jump out to a 13-8 hero kill lead. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we see kill attempt coming out onto Behemoth. He's gonna get the counter kill onto Magnus. Smackdown comes out from Valkyrie, so they do end up getting the kill on the Behemoth, but Magnus did overstep a little bit there. They do give up a 1 for 1. Tower kill is gonna go down as well. Succubus, he is level 6, he has the hold. He's going to hold the Calamity here. Are they going to turn it around? Yes, they are. Succubus is going to sleep the Bombardier. The Astrolabe heal coming out from Draconis is going to save Succubus, and that's some nice team play coming out from Pim there as they get some return kills to slow down this really big momentum that Legion has built. So they get kills onto Bomb and Calamity. So they pick up 3 for 1 in that last minute there. Parallax, he's porting. Oh, he ports home actually. So he wants to break his sorcery boots for the Icon of the Goddess. Picks up the Striders. So that is a 11-minute Icon of the Goddess as he is 565 gold per minute. See what he does from here. He is going to look to pick up even some more kills as he is very far ahead of the rest of the players. He's 2 levels ahead of the highest level on Hellborn. And Calamity, he's not doing too bad himself, or she's not doing too bad herself. She's level 10. Has the Sunder's Vault ready to go again. They have another Prism. They could look to get involved in some action. Here's Draconis. He's forced to fall back from his own jungle. Bubbles, he's going for a snipe onto the Calamity there, or the Bombardier, excuse me. But Bomb sidesteps it. I think he might have seen it. Maybe not. Moa is the only one doing really well for the Hellborn side, and he was 2 versus 3 in the top lane. Thunder's Vault is going to catch him. Here comes the Sticky Bomb. He throws out a defensive shield. And there is the airstrike as well. Meanwhile, we have another fight going on here. Kelfield is going to connect, but Bubbles tanks an arrow. He is going to go down. Here comes a shockwave from Behemoth. It's going to do some solid damage. Double tap coming out for Valkyrie. In the background, she's going to land an arrow onto the Succubus. Hatchet coming out for Whoop. And that's going to be a full genocide. So they jump out to a 19-12 lead. And this Tricore strategy of Lactose is looking really solid. They won all 3 of their lanes pretty decently. And unfortunately, they didn't get enough out of the Draconis this game. He has not really found any kind of groove for them. He's going to fly into the mid lane here. Behemoth, he needs about 1100 gold for his portal key, so that's still quite a ways away. Bottom lane, Ionic Dash is going to connect. Behemoth is going to fall to the Earth Shatter of Parallax. So yeah, it's not a whole lot going for Hellborn there. They still need a lot of key items. They pick up the Energizer on the Moa. He's gonna try to survive here from Magnus and Valkyrie. Comes a Prism, and that's a good stun coming out from Beam. It's gonna buy Moa the distance from Magnus. But meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Succubus and Bubbles. Bubbles is gonna live here. Okay, so he gets out, but Succubus is going to fall. Behemoth dies in the jungle here.
Ain't nobody killing that tower but me.
Sleep comes out onto Parallax, but he gets the kill onto Draconis before anything happens. Ooh, that's a big Sunder's Well coming out from Calamity. And the Earth Shatter is still doing damage from Parallax. He gets a double tap. They get the kills onto both the Moa and the Succubus. I feel like this lead is too big. I don't think that the Hellborn team can come back. There's no room for Behemoth to get his portal key, as there's too much pressure from the Tricore so far. Magnus, not even close to portal key. He's only level 5 actually. I think he's the lowest level in the game. And despite that, they are still in such a good spot. He could even pick up a tome here and probably get level 9. Valkyrie is level 10. Let's see. Draconis gonna get a Master's Call. It gets removed really quickly. But I'm trying to think of what Hellborn can do to really come back here. It's really just not looking good. We now have 6 icon charges on the Parallax. Even the Valk, East Domination Streak, 8-0. It's built into a Nullfire Blade. It's got the fully charged Knuckles. Parallax picks up Succubus again. I I think this is at the point where you say go next because you don't have anyone over 300 GPM, and like I said before, there's no room for Behe to get his blink, which would be kind of the turning point for Hellborn, where when Bubbles and Behe get their blinks, they can jump and catch people. But the laning phase just went too well for Legion. They snowballed all on their three cores, so that's gonna be a pretty quick one.